So, you just bombed your speech. You had a bad day. I get it. It happens to all of us, and it happens to the best of us. Bombing on stage, we've all been there, and it's always a part of the game we play. You never get into an area where bombing isn't at some point part of the equation or some varying degree. I've had clients say, "Don't ever bring her back." I've had, audiences who didn't laugh. I've been there, I've done that. So, if you're suffering because you just bombed on stage, I've put together some tips to help you get through it. A little tough love, a little advice. I mean, you got plenty of people who'll tell you what you need to hear or want to hear. Let me tell you what you need to hear. First of all, you had a bad day, get over it. It happens to all of us. To think you won't have a bad day is folly. Number two, maybe it didn't go as badly as you think it did. We tend to be way more critical and judge ourselves way more fiercely and inaccurately. As our client and our audience, make sure that you are valid in your assessment. Don't know? Ask the client if there was anything you could have done to make it better. Next thing, remember the 20-20-80 rule. Oh, it's a real thing. That 20% of the people will love you because they love everybody. 20% are going to hate you because they hate everybody. And 80% will reserve judgment. So your job is not to please 100% of the people in the room. It can't be done. Your job is to please 80%. So don't hang on to the one. Focus on the 80. Not the one who sent you hate mail. Number four, assess what went wrong and fix it. Okay, so something didn't go right. Go get help from others. Practice it over and over again. Don't assume it was the audience's problem. You might have done something that you shouldn't have done. Or accept that maybe you're not as good as you think you are. Maybe you were in front of the wrong crowd and you need to make sure you don't get in front of them again or one like them. Number five, this business is not an exact science. Every audience has a different personality, a different temperature and a temperament, if you will. They have different moods depending on what just happened, what environment they're in. Don't make sweeping judgments about your talk because the personality of this group didn't receive it as well as the other one did. Shoot, just being in a different location can make all the difference in the world. 6, don't take people at face value. I mean, just because they look serious doesn't mean they were bored. Don't judge a face by its cover or something like that. 7, keep it in perspective. We like to think we are changing the world up there and along with Mother Teresa, but in fact, we're just hired to come in for 1 hour and do a job, to do the best we can do, to give a speech, and they will move on with their lives. Some days, you just take your check and you go home. You were paid to deliver a talk. You weren't paid to create miracles, or they should have paid you more. So always be in the frame of mind, though, to do better, to grow, to improve. I think the worst mistake we can make is assuming it's the audience's problem and that we are as good as we can get, when that's not the case. And I think coming to this place can be dangerous as a speaker. You just have to find the happy balance between growing and getting better and understanding when it was something you really can't control. So there you go. Next time, you won't bomb. But the next time you do, maybe you'll get over it faster. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. All right, have a good one. Thanks for playing.